So we've come across our main common pest. So we know what we're looking for. We know what we're up against. So what's the first step? Well, the first step is inspections. Go around your buildings, go around your land, inspect every time you're on the property. You're looking for any kind of potential problems. That could be structural issues, could be sanitation issues, it could be finding pests themselves. But I don't want you to just be focusing on the ground because of rodents or flies. You got to look everywhere. You got to look up, look at your eaves, look at your windows, your walls. The main thing here, inspections, is being proactive to recognize potential problem areas and get those fixed. So how do we fix them? Well, if you find openings, we can do some exclusion work. So there's different types of methods that you can exclude pests from out of your buildings. A few examples are right here. One is just solid metal. So this is a piece of flashing. You can use that to seal up a hole, seal up maybe a section in the eave or the roof line. Another one is hardware cloth. That hardware cloth is very handy when you have a large hole, usually about bigger than the size of a baseball, that you may have pipes or wiring or something like that going through. So you can cut that hardware cloth and mold around that penetration that's going into that gap. We do recommend anywhere from 16 to 19 gauge, and that usually means that the openings are going to be less than 1/4 inch. And the reason we want a small gauge like that is to keep from rodents from getting in, because the hardware cloth's there more to design to keep rodents out and possibly birds and everything else, other kind of wildlife. Look at screens, check your windows, your side windows, your doors, anything like that. Look at screens, make sure they're in good repair, keep the flies out. Door sweeps, we've got various amounts when it comes to different types of livestock buildings. You've got roll-up doors, you've got swing doors, you've got pedestrian doors. Keep an eye on your door sweeps. If they start to wear out, get them replaced. You may have to get on your hands and knees to look underneath. If you see daylight coming through the door, get it replaced, because if it's got an opening, you can have pests come in, whether it's a rodent or cockroaches or any other type of pest. Another one is copper mesh. This is a flexible copper material that you can use a screwdriver and a putty knife and kind of mold around an opening and put in. Sealants, caulks, sealants, that you can use that to seal up holes around your facility. And then cement. Cement's pretty much permanent. You can mix it up, put it around your HVAC system line, water lines, anything coming through. Another preventative is sanitation. Make sure that we're getting rid of old debris. Keep this grass cut, trimmed. You can see with these pictures, we're having issues with overgrown shrubs and grass around a chicken poultry house. Well, if you keep it trimmed and everything, you can spot potential issues like the one on the right. This farmer has kept a 1 to 2 foot weed-free zone. And what happened is that allowed him to catch this fire ant mound starting to build, and he could take action. Manage all your water leaks around. Don't give them excess water, excess straw, hay, bedding. If it's not necessary, get rid of it, because that's an attraction for a pest. So good sanitation will help go a long way. We talked about waste management, because when you're dealing with animals, you've got to deal with their waste. So what I want to do here is talk about your waste management when you're removing litter, especially between flocks of your poultry houses. Get a good bit of that litter out of there. Remove that cake, recycle it. But also, when you do remove it, move it away from the houses. Don't let it be right next to the house or upwind. Get it placed far away, so that way if there's a pest that's in that litter or it's attracted to that litter, it's not going to be right there by the house, and then you can have a reinfestation. Horse manure for your barns. Get that collected and move it away. take it far away to a section of the property where it can be collected by, a third party, or if you decide to repurpose it yourself, it's away from the housing. Always keep in mind, dry manure will attract less flies. So the drier it is, the better. If you have swine housing, have a good manure management program for that. Whether it's manure pits, lagoons, have a routine of getting that out of the housing and be able to repurpose that manure. And you can kind of see from this drawing, you just want the barns right there, your neighbor's house, your house is right there, the manure pile's downwind. So that way you're not going to blow those flies back towards the houses or the barns there. Water management. Pests need three things to survive. They need harborage, they need food, and they need water. So you want to reduce excess water around your property that could attract pests or aid in their breeding, such as the deer flies, horse flies. So most common issues are going to be your clogged drainage ditches, tire ruts, because you're going in and out with farm equipment or other vehicles. If you're forming tire ruts, that can collect water and it can stay there for a long time. Leaky water lines. Again, repair all your leaky water lines so that way you don't have that excess water build up. And another thing for prevention is communication. Talk to your local extension office, talk to pest control professionals, veterinarians, or even other livestock owners. Find out what they're seeing, what they've experienced, use that, communicate, and then you'll be able to be better prepared for your land and taking care of your animals.